So I think the best way to do the film is, I see it as Catch 22, and it might even be called Catch 23.2 now, this part of the film. And so perhaps the best if I try and tell the stories in linear fashion, and then we'll try to insert them into the main narrative. So, Prophet's story. Prophet wakes up, has a moment of realization that consciousness exists, and he receives it. Spends time in nature, having a wonderful time. His daughter is living with him. They're having a lovely time together. To father-daughter time together. It's brilliant. He discovers the double slit experiment and sets himself a story. So before he sets himself a story, he selects evolution of humanity as the story that he wants to be a part of, recognizing that it's very, 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 very unlikely that he can have anything to do about it. But if he thinks that, he deliberately names the story as taking steps towards helping humanity evolve, even though it's unlikely to happen, and it's unlikely that he's going to have any effect. But nonetheless, maybe he will have some effect, and that's the experiment that he's deliberately conducting. Finds the double slit experiment, says that you're looking at it wrong and you're lying, 2 problems, and then sets out on his journey where he's sectioned the first time. He goes to there's a festival, End of the Road Festival is a brilliant scene. Lots to put in for the End of the Road Festival, separate episode. Because that's the build up to the madness to say E equals MC squared is a lie. I knew I could prove that they were deliberately lying in E equals MC squared because they'd moved the meter standard in 1983. They'd removed the meter standard, so you could no longer check. So I knew they were lying. That's where the evidence is clear. And so I'd gone a bit mad, and there's the March to the Zenith, and there's getting sections. And then there's coming out, and then there's a physics tutor to begin with, and then there's all sorts of work, just the notebooks, the notebook period. All the time I'm working and doing and then I do the shop, don't forget to put that part in terms of timing. Then I discover Dr. Levy. So there's the notebook phase, while the cafe's running, and then I close the cafe and do the Levy phase, where I'm investigating everything about Dr. Levy, getting buried right into the internet and scraping all the information I can from it, and assembling the yin-yang diagrams that I've never bettered. So in the physics, there's some real physics comes out, that the yin-yang diagrams appear from AB5 and AB14 in my understanding of the concrete water tank dynamics. It's simply that, conceptualizing. Nothing to do with physics, it's just concept about reality. Do these things really work? How does that relate to that? Can you see it? Is there a mechanism of transfer of force? And of course there is. Of course there is. So then that's the Levy phase, and then that just hardens and hardens and hardens until now. And when the Reynolds comes in at the last minute, the submechanics of the universe, linking them together, the Reynolds-Levy bridge, and that leads then to the theory of everything being revealed. So this is future stuff. The theory of everything then gets revealed via the Prophet's work. He receives the catharsis for the 2 sections that he received on this journey, and for the work that he's done in terms of conceptualizing. He doesn't have to understand the physics, he just has to understand the concept and explain it, and he has done so. He's done so. And then so the Golden Age has begun. So the truth is that that's disclosure. So that the ether existing proves, and proving the earth is the centre of the universe, proves that God exists, proves that God watches you, and demonstrate that there is a mechanism listening to Christ, Gnostically, that we as a species can live as one beautiful civilization under one morality, Christ, and Christ becomes the time traveller, and Christ comes back in the motion in time and stays here where he's with us, because he's only going to come here when he knows he's safe. He's not going to come here and be killed again. It's important that he's not. So the planet needs to be set for him, and so this is how the Golden Age begins. So that's that one story. Okay, logged, fade out.